All right, we were in the temple, and then Harbeck kept asking about these ball things, and the Birdman was like, "Ooh, balls! If you go down these stairs, my girlfriend died down there, maybe a couple weeks ago, and she also liked sphere things. So we went down the stairs, and it did not take 2 weeks to get down them." And everybody was talking about whether or not the Birdman's girlfriend was a girlfriend or just a friend or even a girl. And I got bored, so I wandered off. And then there was this bright flash of light, and so many things stabbed me at once. And then we killed them all. And then there was another flash of not light, and the last one went away. And then we found a room full of runes.
The din recap is my favorite part. Like, the things her character cares about and focuses on. Like, so... I'm sure it's not actually helpful for anyone who's trying to catch up on the videos, but it's awesome.
That was exactly what happened.
And then there was a flash of not light.
A flash of not light. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna give a little bit more of a description of exactly what you're seeing here. So there is a round sort of central room inside of this open area, inside of the Rune of Circles, from what you've been able to glean so far. There appears to be an entrance into that area, and there is some kind of shimmering wall of magic-iness in that gap. Beyond the shimmering wall, though, you can see some very bright, glowing, like, arcane runes. Not dwarven runes, but these are actually arcane markings on the ground. Above those markings, there is a pillar that seems to be made out of some very precious metal, which is polished to an almost mirror-like sheen. And then sitting on top of that pedestal, hovering about an inch above the pedestal, is an orb, a sphere that is about the size of a very large orange, maybe a little bit...
Like a small
yeah, like a small grapefruit, yeah. It is purple and blue and white and...
yellow and green and pink and orange.
No. And its surface seems to be shifting. The color seems to be shifting and moving over the surface of the ball, almost like it was an oil slick. Although I don't know if your characters know what an oil slick is. I don't know if your characters have discovered oil. But
it's a good description for
from
the
a
players.
metagame perspective, for a visual for the players, that's kind of what it looks like. Although a much brighter and more colorful oil slick than your typical black with unusual colors running through it. And yeah, it's floating in there on above the plinth or pedestal.
So before I...
There's no time to explain. But
before I
to
do
think...
anything...
I'm gonna...
Right,
But you
Bree,
think what-
maybe there is time to
Arcana
explain.
to
Go ahead.
see If I can figure out if the runes power the magic that's protecting whatever's in there, or if the runes are completely separate.
Well,
Hey, Bree,
what is
did
that?
you see
Is there a
any
reason that...
bird people while you were wandering about?
No. What, so
Some we
we'll
should
have to
be
keep
wandering
looking.
about?
But I'm just not 100% sure what we're doing here. Are we sure that we need to retrieve that for some reason?
I really want to wander about, but I'm afraid to leave Harbeck.
Well, don't wander about yet. Let's figure out this thing with the orb, and then we'll all wander together. It's safer that way.
Now, what are the other words that you people use for the Ochtrast?
Right. So
Orbs of
this is
fate.
one of the very
God's marbles.
the very important orbs. Right. Well, it's a god ball.
It's
Got
a
two
what
of those,
now?
by the way. Oh dear. Little reincarnated god joke. Fine. So if that is one of the
I bet that one's bigger
dwarven
than yours.
sneeze word, are we sure that that we want to take it away from this? I mean, it seems like it's safe here. Do we need it for something?
We
Well,
needed the ring that didn't belong to us. Maybe we need this orb that doesn't belong to us.
Are
It
we
belongs
meant-
to a god.
to save the world from powers way beyond our ken.
We certainly are. Does this
This
play a part in that?
is a source of power way beyond our
I don't know
ken.
what it is.
And I think
What do you do with it once we have it?
perhaps, well, there are lots of various stories about...
We tell it stories?
No, there are legends, there are tales, there are stories about what these Ohtrast might do, and they're all different, and it's hard to know which ones are accurate. But the common thread
So it will tell us stories.
The common thread is extreme power. If you're
But we
the
don't
right
know how to
person,
use it.
if you're the right person to pick it up,
I know the answer. We have to step over the runes, and whoever doesn't die was the right person.
I think that might be the case.
I'll go first.
Din.
Yep.
So
What?
before we do
Actually-
this, I have some questions.
You might be okay for this one. I thought it might be me.
Wait, no, wait for a moment. Din, wait. Damn it.
As Din steps onto the runic circle,
I feel like
I
probably
said I'd be okay.
like 30% of the things that happen in our adventures are Brieg saying wait, Harbeck egging, and Din doing. Like that mechanic. Harbeck's like, yeah, go ahead, Din, and Brieg goes, no, wait a second, and then Din just goes.
It probably makes us nice and predictable to DM for.
as Din steps onto the circle of runes,
Yep.
it erupts in a flash of light, and
And Bernie?
not Bernie,
Okay, good.
not Bernie. But I will get all of you to roll initiative. As
So kind of
no.
Bernie.
That's one of my least favorite things to do.
Oh,
'Cause that
I
means
should
we're
wait
all
until you
gonna
clear out
die.
the
Wait
initiative.
for the thing.
oh, I haven't cleared the initiatives, have I? I'm so bad at my job. Go away. Okay. Now you can roll.
Ooh. I rolled much better after I waited.
Oh, please, law of conservation of ninjutsu, please.
Whoa, that is many bugs? What are those?
So,
Hey guys.
Please, law of conservation of ninjas.
as you as she steps on the thing, the runes erupt into fire, and you find yourself staring at what appears to be a bunch of like. Okay. They're about 4 foot tall, rotund, quite large, chunky. They would be dwarves, except for the fact that there is no
That they're-
flesh.
Oompa Loompas.
There's no flesh.
They're
It's
skeletal dwarves.
then it's not skeletons. It is just
Oh, gross.
floating clothing.
Oh.
And
That's
if you took Harbeck when he was dressed, which I know isn't very often, but if you took Harbeck when he was dressed, and
When did Harbeck become a nudist?
removed all the
Make
fleshy
it really
bits, then you would have like basically floating clothing in the shape of a dwarf. That's basically what you've got here. But every single one of them is wearing a red flowing robe, which frames their dwarven frame quite nicely. It sort of gives you the distinct outline of a small dwarf. And each of them is holding a scepter, And
I knew I should have dispelled this.
Do they have heads? Or just there's nothing where their head should be?
Floaty clothes.
it's a hooded robe.
So like the hoods are up
The hoods
over
are
their
up, but
not head.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could stab you in the arms. I'm gonna not stab you. I'm gonna bravely take another step forward.
It may not
Well,
be your
Dan,
turn depending on
It's my
initiative
turn.
orders and
Oh.
stuff.
Yeah.
I
So
I don't know if we
initiative,
were there yet.
it is going to be starting off with Brieg.
Brieg. So
Tries to reason with them.
is it safe to assume that this floating clothes wielding scepters looks menacing? Like I assume by the fact that
Are these
we
clothes
metagame rolled
threatening you?
initiative that I should kill these.
They're
But
all
do I have an
looking
in-game
very
reason to
intently
do
at
that?
Din, and yes.
Well, that is unacceptable. So I am going to step up right here, and I'm going to say,
Oh, I hope you say it
Plug
with
your
pointy
ears.
face.
I'm gonna say, plug your ears,
Ooh.
Assume he's talking to me.
and then I like clap my hands together and do this thing.
Usually he stabs things a lot. What's this clapping thing that happened?
A whispered word becomes a deafening shout as Brieg sweeps his hands as though brushing his enemies away.
So those three that are closest to me get thunder waved and need to make a con save.
The Constitution save is a DC 15.
Yeah.
And they get pushed
10 feet.
and they take 10 damage.
And the entire temple heard him do that.
Yeah, everybody knows we're here now.
Yeah. Yeah, that was quite loud. Okay. And I guess that will be it for Brieg.
Yeah.
Next.
I'm gonna run and tackle that ball. Yoink!
No.
There's a blue shimmery wall there.
Yeah.
Oh.
You go
Dang it.
bounce and end up
Oh,
there.
thump. Oh, that didn't work at all.
On the right side, you've only used like 10 feet of your move, so shoot something.
And I stab the shimmery wall.
Not really the something I had in mind, but
You could try, yeah. Absolutely, you could try.
You don't have the plus 1d4 anymore.
Oh, the
Oh.
1d4 is gone.
Hold on, I can take that off.
It looks like that would make the 16 a 15 and the 11 a 8.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, you stab at the wall and achieve very little.
Did it do anything?
Nope. Suicide
Oh.
just bounced off.
Ching. Rats. Maybe if I set it on fire. Okay, it's probably the end of my turn.
It's time for floaty clothes.
There are a lot of them.
this is gonna hurt.
Engage swarm mechanics.
Brieg. I am trying to hit your touch armor class. One, two, three, four, five, six. What is your touch armor class?
So my unarmored armor class
Yes.
is 15.
15.
So I guess I don't know if I would know this. Do I have the sense that my shield spell would be useful at all?
You could attempt to do it if one of them hit you. So one of them definitely hit you.
Well, I guess I will see if it can block their incorporealness. It's like a force field thing, though. Sometimes block incorporeal.
Yeah, so
things.
they basically what
Wow.
happens is all 6 of them just raise their scepter, almost like as if they were one entity, and pointed it at you, and out of each of the scepters, a blast of force comes at you.
Well, this should definitely work. It grants immunity to magic missiles.
Okay.
So if that's anything like that.
Yeah. So as you raise the shield in front of you, in a desperate attempt to avoid being pummeled by waves of force, it all is all stopped harmlessly directly in front of you.
Wow.
Wow. You just like Jedi'd those bullets. It was great. On the other side, however, 2 of them can see Din. Din, what is your unarmored armor class?
14.
I hit you once. For 7 points of damage.
Okay.
As one of the missiles strikes you, you'll be taking 2 attacks. The unarmored armor class for you?
Harbeck?
Yes.
16.
16. I miss with both attempts. And
Good
Tabern,
12.
the first one hits, and the second one hits. For a total of 8 points of damage. And that's going to be the end of the floaty clothes turn. Although they did start to reposition, so we would have that one move to there, that one move to there, that one move to there, that one move to there. Then we're going to move on to Harbeck's turn. Harbeck?
Harbeck looks toward Tabrin in a very sort of friendly way. And Harbeck and Tabrin haven't really had these friendly interactions. And he says, "You've got this. You get left. I'll get right." And he runs over here.
Really? That's the look on Tavern's face. Kind of cocked his head and is like, really?
Poof! Harbeck focuses key energy in his hands and releases it as a blast of flame doing 6 damage. And igniting flammable objects in the area. Creatures must make a dexterity save 14 for half damage.
Wait, if you burn off their clothes, we won't be able to see them at all.
How many of them does that hit? Does that
all
hit
of them?
6? Oh. And that's reflex, right?
Mm-hmm.
From bottom left, pass, next rows, fail, next row, pass, fail. Okay. So, half damage here, half damage
My stupid damage dice.
here.
I already did
damage.
half damage.
Full damage here. Full damage here. Half damage here. Full damage here. Okay, and igniting anything flammable. Like, for instance...
Unattended objects, like people's equipment and stuff, doesn't light on fire from this.
Okay, well then it won't burn their cloaks and things.
Yeah.
Tabern!
Alright, I'm going to cast a spell centered right there. A
Okay.
10-foot radial sphere hitting all 6 of them.
Yes. Shatter!
16 con save.
See, I
For
knew he
half
had
damage.
left. It's fine.
Tabern's got it covered, right? That's...
What's that?
Tabern's got it covered.
Yeah, he's got left. I got right. It's fine.
I've got something for everything.
No. So 6 fails.
I sure hope they had exactly 23 hit points.
They
That
did
would
not,
be
Because that's what
fantastic.
Tabarin does.
they did not. They do not. But you do hit all of them for the full 23 points of damage. That was a great roll, Lash. Good roll.
And I will finish up by casting a bonus action spell at Din.
Healing word.
Why do you roll more points
My-
of healing on your 4-sided die than we roll on our 8s?
On her 2 8-sided.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Tabarin throws a needle at Din, and Din gains 7 hit points back,
Which is how many she took.
which is Brig.
Brig looks at Harbeck and says, "You get right, I'll get left."
Okay.
Just kidding. I'll stab this now.
I'm guessing the one that's flanked.
Yeah, so these ones in front, like the 3 closest to us, took both my Thunderwave and Harbeck's fire.
The one closest to Harbeck has only taken Harbeck's fire.
Okay, well, he's the only one that gets all the damage, so I will Dice Vomit on him. Ready, go.
Go Dice Vomit. That's... Yep.
That 5 is apparently a 13. Who'd have thought?
As you poke your dagger at the floaty clothes, the pile of clothing falls to the floor.
I hope that's a good sign.
As in, collapses into a pile on the floor, not like...
Obi-Wan style.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And
then I will attack the other one that I'm adjacent to with my offhand. Yeah, I'm not going to hit.
No, you are definitely not going to hit. Din?
Yeah, hey, what's up? I'm gonna hold on. Try to make things happen. I'm just gonna do it this way. I'm gonna cast Hail of Thorns as a 2nd level spell, so I'm gonna add an additional D10. And I'm gonna shoot this guy and hopefully hit everybody within 5 feet of him.
Okay.
That's my plan. With my metal piercing arrows.
17?
17 will hit with your fancy metal piercing arrows. And you're going to add an extra D10, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So a total of 11 damage, which means half would be 5, right? Okay, I need to make some dex saves. What's the DC? 12.
12.
4, 5. Okay. As the Hail of Thorns comes out, 3 of the animated clothing things fall to a pile on the ground,
Yay!
Nice
leaving
shot.
3 remaining on that side. Now, are you moving it at all or just staying where you are?
No, I'm gonna call to Tabarin. I've got left. You take this wall down.
Okay, Floaty Clothes turn. Din. Your unarmored armor class again, please.
14.
Where's that dice roll? I don't want to move my arm and have to type it. Damn it. A total of 16 points of damage.
Ouch.
And Brig, as two of them launch volleys at you and miss completely. And that is the end of Floaty Clothes' turn. Harbeck.
Have they moved at all?
Nope.
Okay. Harbeck steps into this position on top of a pile of clothing and unleashes the Furious Punching.
The Furious Punching.
Yeah, you better believe it. So we're going to take the one... This one first.
Okay.
With some punches. Blammo!
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll connect.
And another one.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll connect.
So how's he doing?
Still floating.
Great. So we're gonna go for a flurry of blows and chuck two more punches his way. If he goes down after this one, we'll go for the one above him and miss.
Yes, he did go down after that last punch, but then you were so excited that you managed to punch something that you missed
Great.
the next attack. So we'll be moving on to Tabron.
Starting with the cloaky guy closest to Din.
Yes.
He's going to take an Eldritch Blast.
Pew!
No,
He's
he's
not.
not. But I'm certainly going to try again.
Yeah, that'll do the job.
Better pew.
For 7.
Exacxies.
I,
Of course it was.
Always exacxies.
and then I will step here,
To try and shield Din.
try and shield the Din.
Brig.
So I'm real little, so like being a body shield doesn't work great, but we'll try it anyway.
Okay.
I'm gonna step up there and I'm gonna stab this guy with the stabbing. Ready, dice vomit. Bleh.
Nice.
For poke?
Yeah, he's still standing.
Well, what about now? Poke. For 4 more.
Now he's just a pile of dirty laundry.
Perfect. And then I'm going to furiously reread the shield spell and see if there's some way that I can twist that into going onto Din. If I occupy her same space...
Does that mean I have to eat you, or you have to ride on my shoulders?
Well, I'm real little. Maybe if I just like stand between your legs, I don't know.
I didn't think you're that little. Din's not exactly big.
I'm not very big.
Yeah. It is Din's turn though.
Ooh, I can't see under the dice. I'm gonna shoot that guy who I think is still alive.
Yes.
If you click the map, the dice disappear.
Yeah, I did that. Or not very many damages. I'm gonna hit him real good, but not.
I think it'll be
very
enough.
Down he goes.
You do have
That's
2
cool.
attacks now.
With my bow too.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, with
then I'll shoot the other one.
All of your things.
With all of your things.
Except my offhanded, because that's an extra thing. Okay. Then I'll shoot the other one. I'm not gonna. I
No.
got so excited that I got to shoot twice that I didn't. But
Yeah, that didn't work. Okay. Right. So, fancy clothes time. One, two. Din, you get hit once. For 7 points of damage. Harbeck. You get hit once.
Oh, but I'm supposed to be hard to hit. I hope it
rolled
was
a
hard
22.
to hit.
I rolled a 22.
I am so glad
much
I
damage?
healed you for 7.
5 points of damage. And that's going to be it. Yeah. Harbeck.
Harbeck wants to flank all of the things for Brieg. That's how we fight. I stand in the way and am fat, and then he stabs them to death. So I will take my step forward and continue pummeling this one that Brieg is unlikely to reach. Oh wait, no, this one that Brieg is unlikely to reach on his turn.
Okay, you're going to punch that one.
Yep, I might whack him with my quarterstaff a time or two.
That'll hit.
2. And some
That'll
Fists
hit.
of Fury. That one's not
That
good.
will not hit. And that will not hit. So, that much damage. Okay. And that will be the end of your turn?
Yeah, that'll do it. Get him, lad.
Okay. Tabarin.
The last one on the left takes 17.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's not an exactsies. That's a you just blew, like, the clothes are now embedded in the wall, kind of like, you know, what's left of a person after a nuclear blast. It's just like this shadow of a
And then
dwarf
I'll
robed.
step over here and hit this one, the bottom one.
Okay. That'll hit.
For 10.
Okay.
It's good to see you had left.
Are you shoving him with your Eldritch Blast?
Yes.
Then we'll move on to Brieg's turn.
I choose to be here.
Okay.
And I'm going to stab this one that did not get bludgeoned repeatedly last time.
Okie dokie.
With this. Blah. Ugh.
13!
Oh,
Oh, that dice vomit was vomit.
That was close.
We'll try again with the offhand. Oh, 16. That's slightly better.
Metal hit. For 16 points of damage.
Yeah.
It is still standing. Well, floating, but still.
I'm offended.
I think ours were harder than theirs.
He's offended. Does that mean we're about to get God Rage on these last 3 dudes?
So it turns out that Brieg's particular
Ben, kill yourself.
works quite a bit better on a couple big things than it does on a million little things.
The DM is learning. Din, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
We don't learn. Stop that.
Me? Oh, it's my turn. I'm gonna.
Yes.
Which one got punched a lot? This one here.
They've all been significantly wounded.
Right. I'm gonna
Din.
shoot the closest one to me. Then what?
You're falling apart. Kill yourself.
Or
But
just
I
get
will
out of
also
line of
live if
sight.
they're all dead.
So take your shots and then move around the corner so they can't shoot you again.
19. Which one are you shooting at?
That's
Closest
one
one.
closest to me. 2
Uh,
times. I'm gonna shoot him 2 times. Unless he's dead, then I'll shoot the one behind him.
Probably only has line of effect to the one straight. To
yeah,
the
that's what I'm
right.
looking at. I think you can only really see the
Right.
one all the way over there.
Okay, I'll shoot that one then.
Now move around the corner so they don't.
I'm trying to, but he wouldn't open the wall.
Well, don't go through the wall. Go around the wall. Don't
What
go
if
in
there are
the
more
magic.
things over there? It's
Yeah,
dark.
then stay.
Not to leave the party.
Hide
I
behind
don't want
me.
you to go very far. I want you to go like 12 feet so they can't see you.
Nope. I can't shoot anything from over there.
It's
They can't
the
see her.
You
She
can
couldn't
move
see
back
them.
to shoot things.
I'm in the way and I'm big. She'll be fine.
It's
gonna be
Floaty Clothes' turn. Both of them reach out and try and grab. And by grab, I mean touch. Let's see if they can hit Harbeck with the bad touch.
Slap their hands away. Slap fight.
21.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Okay.
Turns out when you slap their hands, that counts as them touching you.
yeah.
So, not super effective.
Brig, 23.
Yep. You know the most disturbing part about the tentacle ghost was?
Hmm?
That to avoid that attack was a reflex save.
You had to cover your eyes fast enough.
That's absolutely what it was.
And by the time you knew you had to cover your eyes, it was too late.
Yeah.
Can't be unseen.
What has been seen can't be unseen. Brig, you're going to take 9 points of damage. Harbeck, you're going to take 12 as electricity shocks through you when its hand touches you.
That was so sizzly.
I am going to react, I think.
You're going to react?
Yeah, so when an attacker that I can see hits me with an attack, I can use my reaction to half the damage.
Okay.
So pretty much once a round, I take half damage, unless I've used my reaction for something else, like shield.
Why do I keep trying to tank for you?
Yeah, really?
I thought you were just flanking for him.
Yeah.
I got these guys. I just need Din's Wolf to come and hang out next to me, and I got this.
That's right, Din has wolf.
You just compare Harbeck to being as useful as the wolf.
I really think
I
Brig
really
has
am
a wolf
about as
that
useful as the
follows me
wolf.
around.
Well, no, Harbeck, because you do all sorts of other things, like tell the party they're great people and my best friends, and you're so good at everything.
I should have told them that this time.
You really should have.
Do
Yeah.
you have Healy beers? Because that's going to help me.
He does have. Well, I don't know if you've got any left.
I have 2 left.
Okay, that's helpful.
And then I really need to go sit next to a still for a week.
Harbeck, it's your turn to.
I am going
To
to
do a thing.
punch the empty set of clothing in front of me to ribbons. To ribbons! It is time
Okay.
for the punching. Left fist. Right fist.
Well, left fist was enough.
Oh. Right fist hits the one to the right then. Well, probably misses, but aims at.
Ed- Yep.
Left knee. Knees are no good. Forehead? Forehead.
Forehead.
Yeah, forehead.
Nice.
Works. Okay.
Forehead does kick punching damage?
You better believe it.
Impressive.
Punched it with his face.
His forehead is very similar to his ball of foot.
Much like Chuck Norris, beneath my beard, there's just another fist.
Tavern, it's your action.
Last guy. 7.
Exactsies.
Once again,
Go back.
Tabrin congratulates himself on choosing the Ranger perk.
I think I'm going to start calling Tabrin the efficient.
Using
no wasted damage there.
precisely the amount of damage required. No waste of force. You could also
Now
call
we
him
will-
Tabrin the lazy. Never
It's true.
overexerts himself. Just.
But efficient is the
Gonna
nice
do
word for
one
lazy.
thing, and it's gonna take care of everyone over here.
Anyway, as you strike the last one with an Eldritch Blast, all of these sets of clothing vanish.
I'm going to sit down right here on the floor and see if I can talk myself into eating 10 more good berries.
Hey, Dan, can you?
Lass,
Yeah.
I was standing on a clothes that didn't vanish.
Yeah.
Lass, hang on. I've prepared a special healing draft. And Harbeck chugs his healing draft.
I'll move over here.
No, wait. No, that's not how it works. Wait, I drink it and then I heal you.
Okay.
There you go. Have a 10.
Oh,
Hey, look at you
something.
go. That was as good as good berries.
Now this
Except
one's
without
for
having to
me.
without having to eat them.
Oh. Too drunk to heal self well.
Yeah. Now, I assume that all of your brews are like a nice, hearty, high alcohol content beer.
Oh, yeah.
And you've had 4 of them in the last, 5 minutes?
You better believe it.
Sweet.
Harbeck walking is starting to sound like water in a jug. I don't know if you've ever, chugged a lot of liquid all at once and then, stood up and you can hear it slosh. That's Harbeck right
and you
now.
can feel it slosh around in your
Yeah.
stomach. Yeah. It's like carrying a plastic bag full of water. Not much fun. So, Tabrin is examining the barrier. It's a shimmering wall of force. There doesn't appear to be any kind of anchor points, but there is something interesting. On the inside of the walls, just before the walls of force, there appears to be 2 identical circular indentations in the wall.
What size?
Like teacup saucer sized. You could fit them in your hand like this.
On the other side of the wall?
No, on this side.
On this side?
Yep.
Hey, Harbeck,
Hi.
give me the 2 halves of that sphere.
Is that how it came apart?
Yes.
There you go.
I'm gonna take them and figure out are they the same size?
No, they're too small.
Too small.
Do my hands fit?
Yeah, your hands probably would fit inside the circles.
All right.
Would the magic rope fit?
Plan
Rebecca, I have a
B.
philosophical question about this.
What is it? I'm real good at
So-
philosophizing.
The temple is divided into sort of ethos, right? So we determined that each wedge in this 9-sided pie, and this one was people that tend towards defining their own good and not necessarily following a strict code or laws. That doesn't seem to describe dwarfs to me.
Well, not most of them.
So doesn't it strike you as odd that this would be protected by dwarven ruins in this particular part of the temple?
That is a bit odd. I'd imagine. Unless, perhaps the dwarves were contracted to construct the defences? I don't
That
really
would make
know.
sense.
Who better to carve rock that nobody's ever seen before than the dwarves?
Well, you're not wrong. Just
I
something to
know.
think about. I'm gonna
Ta-
take a little stroll around this thing and take a look at it from the other side.
Tabrin,
I'm gonna follow you because what if there's a
learning
girl
from his
bird over there?
lesson of not casting Dispel Magic on the runes, now uses Dispel Magic on the Wall of Force.
It's totally not a girl bird over there.
Yeah, turns out the
And
other
I
side
need
of this
to
is just a wall.
roll
It's kind of disappointing.
A charisma?
I believe so. As a warlock.
You're gonna talk that wall into coming down.
17. That's a level 7 spell.
Yeah, that's really, really good. The Dispel Magic backlashes.
Uh-oh.
Ouch.
Glad we made it around
And
this
you
circle in time.
feel your mind being... Like, as you try and dispel and unweave the magic, the threads of magic that hold the wall together, the magic, it's like it's actively... It's like if you tried to open a door, and the door swung itself open, slapped you in the forehead, and then shut itself again. Take 6 points of
That
damage.
happened to me.
Ow.
I think
I'm not sure what just happened, but it looked painful.
Brig, that maybe this was meant for a dwarf and maybe an uncharacteristic one. I've spent a large portion of my life trying to fit in and trying to find tradition and trying to be a dwarf. And the first time I've really felt like I fit in with a group of people is you lot, which you might not describe as very dwarfy.
I wouldn't describe us as dwarfy at all.
Well, except for you, of course.
What if I...
Seeing as how you're a dwarf.
Harbeck reaches to touch the wall.
It's smooth and cool to the touch.
The force field thing?
Yep.
What about the circles on the sides?
Your round dwarven hands fit quite nicely inside the circles, but
I
nothing.
think we need to find... I'm guessing those are some sort of key.
I think I see more runes over here.
Which should have been there earlier, but I had them on the wrong layer. Because I'm very good at what I do.
More runes over where?
Oh, over this way, it looks like a. Is that the same size as that thing over there?
So in front of you, you see two sort of half walls. They only come up to about like a human's waist. So like a dwarf's nipples or a...
So I'm like up on my tippy toes trying to peek over it like a little kid at the counter at the store.
And there's also like a crescent moon-shaped section of wall directly north of that location. Well, north as far as the...
How
We're
many?
just gonna glaze over dwarf nipples.
How
It's
many
fine.
toe knuckles high are dwarf's nipples? Because we might have a full system of measurement here.
I
I think that dwarf nipples are probably pretty close to a meter, a little less, I guess.
So something like 30
Guys.
toe knuckles.
I
was gonna say-
There we go.
That's
We've got a
good.
base 30 measurement system. We're set.
yeah, absolutely.
Can I read this one?
Eyeball.
Does it have anything I recognize?
So there's a cracked ring of stone with some dwarven runes on it, and it's resting atop these two half-wall sort of plinths, and across the top of the plinths there are pictographs. Excuse me, and
Din, where did you
What?
go, Din?
I was just walking around again, trying to see if there was another eyeball.
and some interesting imagery, and that same sort of style of imagery is in sort of pictographs and artistic renditions along the inside of the half crescent wall as well. It's obviously a rendition. It's done in an art style that's completely unfamiliar and somewhat alien to what you're familiar with. But you can probably try and ascertain its general meaning with a wisdom check, if anybody wants to investigate.
I think it's an eyeball with an eyebrow. That's at the extent of my wisdom check.
I'm super good at wisdom, as I'm sure you have noticed.
Oh yeah, it's your dump stat, I believe.
Well, I didn't get a 0, so
And Harbeck, I need an intelligence check from you as well.
Ruh-roh.
You're hoping for 10.
Investigation or just unskilled?
Just intelligence.
Great. No. How about 3 and 3?
That's unfortunate. I was going to give you advantage on your wisdom.
No.
Which you didn't get, but that's okay. With a 16, you can glean a few bits of information. There is... On the crescent wall, there appears to be some kind of... It's a single scene that's been carved on the inside of this wall. It's carved in a very dwarvy style, like the way the carving is done, but the style is completely wrong. The carving depicts a large ball of light, like a big ball of light, at the top, and then from that there are 9 like beams or lines that then drop down into 9 smaller spheres or smaller circles, which then trace down into a tableau that doesn't make a lot of sense to you. Like it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't register as anything particular to you. Like it just looks like an unusual. It doesn't really look like anything to you. You know it's supposed to be something, but you just can't sort of. Maybe you're looking at it all wrong. Maybe it's like the sphere, and you're just looking at it all wrong. And on top of the plinths, on top of the tableau where the large stone ring is sat, there appears to be, on the inside of the ring, here, and then here, there appears to be, like, 2... These aren't recesses, these are carvings. But there's a carving of 2 round somethings, and there is a line that sort of draws towards the opposite plinth, coming from outside of the two round somethings. There's all sorts of other pictographs and pictures and stuff, sort of carved into the top of those plinths. But
so there's like a round thing at the north point on the circle. Is it on the big cracked stone, or is it on the plinth?
It's on the plinth.
Okay, and then a line coming out of that goes across to the south.
Yes, and of course, like there's a gap in the middle, but those lines line up.
Yep. Is there any indication, or anything that would lead me to believe this has anything to do with carvings we saw upstairs in the big round forum?
No, it's a completely different style.
Okay.
In the center room where the little glowy orb is, there was some really thin rod or shiny
A pedestal, yeah, yep.
pedestal. Okay.
Are the runes on the inside, like the small circle surrounding the little orb and its pedestal, are those also dwarven?
No, they are arcane.
Shouldn't we be looking for the girl? I mean the bird. I mean the girl bird.
Yeah, I think we need to keep looking around.
But
If I've learned anything.
But this is... Harbeck lets himself be interrupted.
We don't know what that is. Let's go find our
Bree
girl
was
bird.
starting to say something, right?
Pretty was, yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say that frequently you'll find the keys to the magic door in the same building as the magic door. So if we're looking for some orbs that will take down that wall, they may be in here somewhere. Also, we should try to find the bird girl.
When I lock a door, I leave the keys in the building with the door.
I'm not saying it's a great idea, but it often happens to be the keys.
Din, you probably
Yeah?
shouldn't
What?
be leading.
Oh, okay.
Might
Neither should
we-
Harbeck.
Not really,
I got
not
this.
really sure who.
Might we go back upstairs and come continue exploring tomorrow?
We can't go back upstairs because we told the Birdman that we were going to find his bird girl and bring her back.
All right,
If she's down here.
We did that. That's a thing we did.
Hey, stop. Last time we went into a room that looked like this, there were traps.
I'm being very sneaky. If you
There
would
were
not be
traps, there
5
were
feet behind
stabby
me,
things.
then I could sneak
Why
up
are
on
you being
things.
sneaky? Everything that comes in here appears after we trigger some sort of trap. You should be looking for traps, not being sneaky.
Yeah, except I'm terrible at that, and I'm really good at being sneaky.
I can look for
behind
traps.
If the trap can't see me,
Yep, I'm not gonna look for
Often been
traps.
told that you only should do what you know how to do well.
And that's be sneaky.
Okay.
I'm looking for traps as I move through.
Cautiously moving through, looking for traps.
Yes.
Is there a door here on the west side of this hallway? Is this something different, or is that just more wall?
Just a small wall.
Okay, it's just a different color.
I'm gonna skirt the edges as I come through.
Harbeck follows the people who know how to walk first.
I don't know where you guys went.
One of them is
down.
sneaky and the other is perceptive, and together they make team walk first.
Anything in there?
Team walk first. No, nothing in there.
So it's just like completely
Down here?
Yeah, there's like no
uniform,
furnishings, no
carved
anything.
rooms
It's
with
just
no
like
furnishings, no like.
That-
It's so weird.
I'm going to let you ponder over that now that you've noticed it, and we'll come back in about 3 to 5 minutes for session 3. As we take another short break, I suppose we should do that. Or something.
Yes, we'll be back soon.